Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted this week's video to be a reading vlog, but also kind of just filling you guys in on where I've been, what I've been doing recently. I took a little bit of a social media break. By the time I post this, I should be back. The new year, although I've been excited for a fresh new start, the new year just seemed very overwhelming for me. I've had like a few lifestyle habits fall off during the holidays, and just picking it back up just seemed so daunting. So I just kind of needed to take a step back from social media, work on myself, kind of get myself back into a productive headspace. But I'm feeling good. I got a haircut, started implementing those old goals again. My headspace is better. I am finally not rotting in bed for multiple days at a time. I just feel like me again. I got a vlogging camera and I am super excited. Although I believe that you do not need any upgraded camera equipment, just feel like it motivates me to want to produce better content, be more creative, edit things differently, kind of find what my personal style is when it comes to editing videos like this. Moving forward, just going to be a lot of trial and error and just finding out again what my style is on here. But I just had so much fun on book talk. I just miss making video content and I'm excited for these longer videos. I'm hoping to put more of sharing my life on here, kind of doing more lifestyle-y content, whether that's me making my coffee in the morning or showing what workout I'm doing, just kind of a overall bookish lifestyle diaries type of thing. We'll see how that goes. But I did want to come on here and talk about the books I have been reading, because although I haven't been on social media, I have been reading. But I also feel like I'm in a little bit of a slump, and I think that is because I haven't read a good thriller in a minute and it hurts my soul. I just recently got an e-arc of Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, and I finished that I think earlier this past weekend, and it was really good. It was just very depressing. After every chapter I was just does this get better? Where is this going? Because I couldn't really tell, and I don't want to talk too much about it. I think it's coming out in April of this year, but I will literally read anything Abby Jimenez comes out with. It just wasn't my favorite because of how sad it was, and I'm sure people will eat it up. Usually I'm one to rate a book so high because of all the emotions I was feeling, but for me this one just wasn't it. I kind of felt frustrated when I was reading it, in a good way. I don't know, in a good way. I think I was between a 4 and a 4.5, but I think I'm sticking at a 4. So I finished Say You'll Remember Me, and then last night I did finish Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. If you watched my previous vlog, I started my Throne of Glass journey with my fiance in December, and we started with Assassin's Blade. My friend Megan told me to start with that one. I think it was a great decision to start with that one first. I know there's it's a little bit of a hot take on where to start that book in the series. I feel like I'm the last person on earth to read this series, but if you aren't familiar, the Assassin's Blade is a novella that you can read either first, second, or third in the series, so you could just kind of pick. That book has 5 short novellas, so I like how there are little Easter eggs that you can kind of connect through this book, and then whatever novella it connected to. Did that make sense? I feel like I'm just rambling. Anyways, I kind of like how I'm oh yeah, how this scene, there was a scene that was mentioned in this book that connected to one of the novellas in the Assassin's Blade book. So I'm a big fan of that. I rated this, I think, a 4. I very much enjoyed Throne of Glass. My fiance started Crown of Midnight 2 days ago, so I gotta catch up. I'm excited to see where the series goes because it's so well loved, and I just want to be in the loop. I just want to know, you know? The next book that I am reading is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Malors. So literary fiction is very new to me. I don't know how to feel about that genre. I feel like I have to be in a certain mood in order to appreciate it fully. I'm I have this much left. When I first started this book, I was really enjoying it to where I was oh my gosh, I should annotate this. I feel like this book is going to be life-changing for me. I got further, it kind of died in the middle. I was like, okay, this is not very relatable anymore. There's some weird things going on. Like, I just wasn't a huge fan. Like, started picking up a little bit more during like 60% of the book, so I am enjoying it more, but it is very sad. So this book follows Cleo, who is a young painter who's living in New York, and she is there on a student visa, and she meets this guy named Frank. He is older and he already has a career, and they end up getting married, and it just gets a little crazy and it's dark. The people that they surround themselves with are just questionable. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Laura on Booksta, and I'm just so happy that I have someone to talk to about this because it's just sad. Yeah, there's more to it. I would definitely check trigger warnings, talk of like addiction and depression, stuff like that. So if you're curious, definitely check it out. Like, if you were to ask me if I liked this book yesterday, I would have been like, but today I'm like, yeah. Okay, and then the last book I am currently reading, Split or Swallow by Lindsay, and then there's her last name. I will butcher that. But I found this so funny because I knew of like the back, A Wild Ride, and then it says Lindsay's mom said that, and so funny to me because I didn't realize that the author's name was Lindsay, so that's hilarious. This book, oh, this book. I was buddy reading this with my girl Tara on Booksta, but literally 2 days in, she texts me and says, I finished the book. What do you mean you finished the book? I love you, Tara. It's okay. I'm not mad. This book is thick, okay? She's thick. Like, it's 400 pages, and look how tiny the text is. I can't. I am such a slow physical reader. Like, I'm so proud of myself for getting to 130. If you haven't heard of this book before, basically, if you think like smuttier bachelor meets snakes, female main character has to win over the prince, but like with her body. It's a good one. If you want a book purely for the smut, pick it up, girl. Do it. Might be like my first like monster smut. It's definitely interesting. I am enjoying it. By the time I post this video, I'm hoping to finish Split or Swallow, definitely Cleopatra and Frankenstein, and then hopefully start a new book with you guys. I have been dying to read Anxious People by Frederick Backman. I just have a feeling that this is going to be like one of my favorite books of the year. Hoping so. I just have seen so many good things about this author. I have not read any books by him. My friend Rebecca, she wanted to read Beartown, so I was like, yeah, we're gonna read that together if you don't mind. So I bought the book and we're hoping to start that, I think in February or something. While I wait, I think I want to start Anxious People. I think this might be my next read. I need a thriller so bad in my life too. I did start one on my Kindle. I started, ooh, I don't remember what it's called, but it's by John Mars, and I actually don't own that one. One of my goals in 2025 is to get through my physical TBR. next day. It is 9:44. I really want some coffee and I am going to try and finish listening to the rest of Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I don't know, I feel like I just am not the biggest literary fiction girly. I will definitely share my final thoughts once I finish. Girl. Do you guys want to go make some coffee? Let's go. Come on. Okay, taste test. That's some good stuff. Reading update. Just finished Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I gave her a 3. Honestly, like the last 20%, I was just ready for this to be over. And I'm not even gonna bother going back to annotate anything. This is gonna go on my shelf and sit there. I low-key wish I didn't annotate because I would have de-hauled this. It's okay. There's some good quotes in here. I can't be upset about that. It's fine. I did just start Crown of Midnight. Literally read like 2 pages in like the last couple clips. I'm actually really invested now. I want to pick a cute bookmark though because Halloween vibe is not it. I have this flower pot I keep all my bookmarks in. I'm trying to find like a more fantasy looking, oh yeah. Okay, so here are my options. This vibe kind of goes better with it. Please tell me I'm not the only one who is intimidated by hardcover books. I have so many that I want to read, but these are the ones that I have been dying to read. I just won't pick it up because they're hardcovers. And I know I said that Anxious People was going to be my next read, but I think I actually want to start All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. So my friend Ashley just recently read this one and she was raving about it. So I have mad FOMO and I've heard nothing but good things about this one. And I just need a good thriller so terribly. So we're gonna give this one a shot. Hello, it is the next day. I've just been reading. I had a phone call with my sister, which was really nice. I just took a shower and noticed that there was some light. We're gonna take some content. If you're a content creator or a bookstagrammer, you know winter is just really rough. And once you see light, you have to chase it and take some photos. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I have my Bagu with my cute little toast jelly cat. And then I did start Anxious People last night, so we're gonna try to get some cute photos. So hopefully we can see that. I do like to zoom in and just like different angles. Okay, so I'm gonna put the flowers on here. And then try to create a shadow there. Okay. Kind of. Does that look stupid? Okay, this is where we're at. It just kind of adds a little something. I don't know. I don't really love any of these. Whatever. I kind of like that. I think it's cute. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to give you guys a last reading update and then that will be the end of this vlog. So I did start Anxious People by Frederick Backman last night. The writing is very different and I am enjoying that. I am only on page 10 so far, so next video I will talk more about my thoughts and everything. I'm also reading Crown of Midnight and I haven't touched it since yesterday. I am on page 18, so we're not very far. But like I said earlier, I am definitely getting more invested. I want to see what happens with Selena and her new missions and what she's doing currently. I'm hoping to read a bunch this weekend and catch up to my fiance. Corgi Life. I also got very far into All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. I read a good chunk of it today. I'm on page 149. I'm liking where this is going. As like a thriller reader, I kind of get over the trope of like kidnapping and all that, but there's more depth to this one, so I'm excited to see where else the story goes. The short chapters are just really winning me over. And I am still reading Split or Swallow. I got my friend Megan to possibly buddy read this with me since Tara left me in the dust. She's currently finishing up her current read and then we'll start this with me. I am on page 142 and that's not even like halfway. I really wanted to stick to like 1 to 2 books at a time, but here I am with 4 going currently. Next vlog will hopefully be me wrapping these books up and then giving you my final thoughts. That is my update on my current reads. I'm hoping to read a bunch this weekend, but we'll see if that actually happens. Yeah, until next time guys, thanks so much for watching.